Well, hello, all of my students. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jay, and welcome to another episode here on the channel where I have the opportunity to help you with your English vocabulary, comprehension, and fluency. Today, I have a fun story that I have put together, and it is a C-3 level lesson. It's a read and repeat lesson, something that you guys really enjoy. So I hope you're ready to have a great time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and be sure to check out some of my other study playlists down in the description to help you with your English. Okay, we have fun here. We have a great time, and I hope you're ready. Now, be sure to stay for my quiz that will be at the end of today's lesson. With that being said, I hope you're ready for a little bit of learning and laughter. Let's dive into today's story. Woody came home from college for the weekend and immediately raided the fridge. Let's read and repeat. Woody came home from college for the weekend and immediately raided the fridge. So, of course, when someone does something immediately, it is quickly, without wasting time, or suddenly. So the lights went out immediately, you might say. Or I stopped the car immediately, you could also say. Now, raid or raided can be used in a number of ways. You know, we have bug spray here called Raid, and it's known for killing roaches, ants, or I believe mosquitoes. But to raid can also mean when you're trying to conquer someone. So one country could raid another country. But raided or raid here in this sentence, notice Woody immediately raided the fridge. So in other words, he went right after it. Okay. Soon as he got home from school, he wasted no time. He went right into the fridge or the refrigerator. I can remember when I was in school and I would come home for the weekend. That's exactly what I would do. And this story was inspired because when my sons come home from work or come to visit, you know where the first place they go? Right to the refrigerator. They act like they live here now. Eating all of my snacks, going through my cookies, all of my chips. They immediately raid the refrigerator. Let's find out what Woody did. He missed home cooked meals so much that he begged his mom to make 3 meals a day. Let's read and repeat. He missed home cooked meals so much that he begged his mom to make 3 meals a day. Excellent job. So, a home cooked meal. You know, nowadays, so many people eat out, especially in this country, fast food. And it's nothing like having a home cooked meal. A home cooked meal is when either your mother, your grandmother, or your father makes the food from scratch. Okay, they go in there and they make the meat like the chicken, and then they make some mashed potatoes, or they may have a salad, some corn that's fresh, or some collard greens. Oh, I'm getting hungry right now. Oh man, so that's a home cooked meal. And though I like going to certain restaurants, it's nothing like having a home cooked meal. Let me tell you, since we're talking about food, oh, I love when my wife makes me some lamb chops, some macaroni and cheese, and then she'll have some field peas with it, some fresh tomatoes. Oh, I love it. Now notice Woody begged his mom to make 3 meals a day. Woody begged. So come on, mom. Oh, come on, mom. Please, please, will you please make me breakfast? Will you please make me lunch? Will you please make me some dinner? He begged his mom. Now, cooking, or shall I say good cooking, it can be long and tiresome. I told you guys about my neighbor. I call her Senorita because she's Hispanic, and she has a garden, and her father lives with her and her husband, and she cooks, I know, all the time. And I have another Hispanic friend. They cook so much. They have a fire pit outside in the yard where she comes outside and cooks home cooked meals. Oh, it's nothing like a great home cooked meal. Let's continue. His mom laughed, but she gave in because she was happy to have him home. Let's read and repeat. His mom laughed, but she gave in because she was happy. She was happy to have him home. Now, notice I described his mom as giving in. So when someone gives in, they're basically consenting or saying okay to what you're asking them to do. So she gave in. So someone that's being stubborn, they won't do your request or what you're asking, and you keep bothering them until finally they give in. They say, okay, oh my goodness, I will cook for you because I'm so happy that you're home. So she gave in. How can I say it? She grew tired of him asking to cook, and she surrendered. That's a perfect word. So she surrendered. Okay, I will cook for you. Make me a list of what you want, and I will meet your request. It's nothing like mom or grandmom. And I miss my grandmother, man. When I used to go see her during the summer as a child and teenager, I would look forward to her home cooking. And she's passed now. And I miss my grandmother. Both of them. Matter of fact, I met a kid at school yesterday who was in the first grade. And he was actually bumping heads with his grandmother because his mother lets him live with his grandmother. He didn't have a good family structure back at home, so his grandmother is taking care of him. And he said that he's ready to go back home because she has structure and discipline. But his parents, they were kind of loose and wild, and he didn't even go to school there. And so I told him, I said, you know what? At least you have your grandmother here with you. I said, mine, she is dead. And he's a first grader. And so he was quite young. And so that really hit his heart to say, your grandmother's not here anymore? And I said, no. So you might want to listen to her while she's here, because one day she may not be here. So all of this was going on yesterday, which is why I didn't make a video on yesterday. I was in some school. So in between meals, Woody washed 5 loads of laundry, filling up the entire washer with his dirty clothes from school. Let's read and repeat. In between meals, Woody washed 5 loads of laundry, filling up the entire washer with his dirty clothes from school. Oh, isn't that just like a young person? Wait till they get home and use up all your washing detergent, spend all your water money washing clothes. Oh man, that's just like a kid, but you're glad when they come home. So notice here, I said loads of laundry, 5 loads of laundry. You could actually say 5 baskets of laundry, because what we do is we take our dirty clothes, put them in a basket or a bag, and we say, this is a bag of laundry. Sometimes when you come home from school, students will put their clothes in a trash bag and bring it home to wash. Because when you're at school, you usually have to pay to wash your clothes. And so when you come home, you can wash them on, as we would say, on your parents' dime. Okay, this is on your dime, or you're going to pay for it. Okay, so he had 5 loads of laundry, or 5 bags of laundry. While it was great seeing his family, what Woody really missed were the comforts of home, the food, the cozy bed, and not having to worry about laundry. Let's read and repeat. While it was great seeing his family, what Woody really missed were the comforts of home, the food, the cozy bed, and not having to worry about laundry. So when a student is away from their family and they miss being at home, we call that being homesick. Oh, homesick. So there is a young man that went to college for his first year, and we call that being a freshman. And so school just started at the end of August here where we live. And he's never been away from home. He got a scholarship and he was going off to school, which is only about 3 hours away, I believe. After the first weekend, he was homesick. He texted me and said, "Hey, I'm ready to come home. I am so ready to come home." And I said, "Look, you just got there." But when you're away from home, you miss things that you are comfortable with. And you have to learn how to be productive, even though you're not around family. So I get it. But that Woody story reminds me so much of things that happen in my life. And that's how I try to make my stories relatable. Okay, let's continue. We're almost done. He spent most of his time lounging around the house, enjoying the feeling of being home again. Let's read that again. He spent most of his time lounging around the house, enjoying the feeling of being home again. Let's read and repeat. He spent most of his time lounging around the house, enjoying the feeling of being home again. So to lounge, okay, when a person lounges around the house, they're being lazy. Okay, they're laying around, they're relaxing, they're not doing much of anything. Watching TV, sleeping, I mean, just taking up space and eating all of the food, lounging, okay? And in some buildings or hotels, you have a lounge area. At the airport, you have a lounge room where people go sometimes and watch television or smoke. Okay, it's a lounge area. His siblings joked about how lazy he was, but Woody didn't care. He was just happy to relax. Let's read and repeat. His siblings joked about how lazy he was, but Woody didn't care. He was just happy to relax. So, of course, a sibling is a brother or a sister. Okay, someone of kin to you, a sibling. When Sunday came, Woody packed his bags, ate one last meal, and reluctantly returned to campus. Let's read and repeat. When Sunday came, Woody packed his bags, ate one last meal, and reluctantly returned to campus. So when you do something reluctantly, or when someone is reluctant to do something, they hesitate. Okay, so Woody didn't go back to school quickly because he enjoyed lounging at home. So he reluctantly left. So sometimes you'll hear people that are reluctant. They may say, man, come on, I don't really want to do it. They're reluctant. Okay, I need you to go clean your room. Oh, man, I don't want to. Stop being reluctant and go clean the room. Okay. As soon as he arrived back at school, he realized he was already counting down the days to the next holiday break. Let's read and repeat. As soon as he arrived back at school. Can you say that? As soon as he arrived back at school, he realized he was already counting down the days to the next holiday break. So here, in between semesters or during semesters, schools get breaks. So for now, they're getting ready for what's called a fall break, at least in high school here, a fall break. And so students will have 3 days, 4 days, or maybe a week off, and then they go back to school. And then there's another holiday break, Thanksgiving, and they get a week off then. Then they go back for a few days or a few weeks, and then there's Christmas break. Then they don't come back to the beginning of the year, and then they have a winter break. I mean, they they spend more time out of school than they do in school here in this country. Okay. Last sentence. He couldn't wait to be back in his mom's kitchen, enjoying her cooking and living the easy life again. Let's read this final sentence and repeat. He couldn't wait to be back in his mom's kitchen, enjoying her cooking and living the easy life again. Excellent job. So the easy life, oftentimes when someone is lounging, relaxing, doesn't have to go to school or work, we call that the easy life, or we say you've got it made. Okay, you don't have to do anything. You've got it made in the shade. Okay, let's read through today's story at a faster pace, and then I will ask you I believe I have 3 quiz questions to test your comprehension of today's lesson. Woody came home from college for the weekend and immediately raided the fridge. He missed home-cooked meals so much that he begged his mom to make 3 meals a day. His mom laughed, but she gave in because she was happy to have him home. In between meals, Woody washed 5 loads of laundry, filling up the entire washer with his dirty clothes from school. While it was great seeing his family, what Woody really missed were the comforts of home, the food, the cozy bed, and not having to worry about laundry. He spent most of his time lounging around the house, enjoying the feeling of being home again. His siblings joked about how lazy he was, but Woody didn't care. He was just happy to relax. When Sunday came, Woody packed his bags, ate one last meal, and reluctantly returned to campus. As soon as he arrived back at school, he realized he was already counting down the days to the next holiday break. He couldn't wait to be back in his mom's kitchen, enjoying her cooking and living the easy life again. And what most young people don't understand is once you get out of school, then it's work, work, work. It's not an easy life. You know, it takes a lot of work to be successful and productive. Okay, let's look at a few quiz questions. What does rated mean? Now, I want you to consider the context that I used it in today's story. What does rated mean? Number 2, explain what reluctantly is. Okay, or I could have said reluctancy, but what does reluctantly mean? And number 3, what does lounging mean? Okay, Woody was lounging around the house. What does that mean? Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm getting ready to go make a listening video, so be sure to check out my Parlay with Jay channel. The link is down in the description. I have stories that I read a few times a week to strengthen your listening skills. With that being said, thank you to all of the new subscribers that are on the channel. And let me say, after today's story, be sure to cherish your time with your family, especially if you have children, because they grow up so fast. And I'm telling you, once they go off to school, you don't get to spend as much time with them, or they start working. Oh man, so cherish those times together, make some memories, and enjoy the time you have with them. Well, with that being said, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you consider being a channel member and showing your support to all of the hard work that I do here. With that being said, if you've enjoyed the lesson, be sure to share it with a friend. And I hope you join me on my next English lesson. I hope to see you then.